All right, I am up here on a very cold day, fishing a place I've never actually fished before. It's a nice lake on a cool, calm day. Mixture of rainbow trout, cutthroat trout. I'm gonna see what I can find just casting from the shore here today. First thing I want to do as I'm approaching all this is I want to be covering the near shoreline. Before I get out too far, start disrupting the water. The fish can hear you as you wade through the shallows of a still water much better than they can on a river. So it's important to make sure you cover all the water first before you start stepping into it, if you're going to step into it. Now, there's no signs of a hatch, no signs of any rises. The water is about 3 degrees right now, so it's getting close to ice on. I got an area of about 300 feet of shoreline I could potentially work. There's a lot of woody debris on the bottom. I don't know how much it drops off out there yet. I can see bottom everywhere. I'm using a fast glass or a fast intermediate line right now just to cover the shallows going out. I expect it's probably about maybe 2-3 feet deep at the max out there. Mix up my retrieves a bit. A few strips, a few hand twist retrieves. I'm going to cover all around these stumps an area first, just to see if there's any predator fish hanging around there, or bait fish. I don't see anything right now, but slowly then I'm going to work my way out a bit further, cast out further to the drop-off. Ironically, as the water starts to get cooler like this, it may be 3 degrees right here along the shoreline, but further out and deeper, it can actually be a little bit warmer just because of how the thermocline works. It won't be too much warmer, but it could be about 4 degrees, which 1 degree can make a huge difference. Fish go where the comfort is, and they go where the food is. Okay, I'm slowly making my cast out a little bit further. Not seeing anything yet. You'll be the second to know I get something. I'll be the first, you'll be the second. I have 2 nets with me right now, actually. I have my short-handled river net, which is on my back. That'll be for when I wade out a little bit further, more than likely, depending on what I find here. I also have a net with a 4-foot handle, which I will use if I hook anything while I'm standing on the bank here, because I don't want to bring the fish right onto the shoreline, even though it's soft sand and silt here. What happens when you fight the fish and you bring them in right in close to shallow water? They panic a lot. And that means 2 things can happen. You can either lose them, or they're going to hurt themselves because they're just going to bang their heads against the rocks, bang their heads against the bottom, the wood, everything like that. You want to mitigate that as much as possible. If you're up here for catch and release, you don't want to injure the fish. Oops. And that was bottom. I see it now. Stump. Check the hook. Yep, that's still nice and sharp. Move over a little bit. All right, I'm gonna start to slow down my retrieve a little bit. Make it down a little bit deeper. See if that draws any attention. And hopefully I don't find too many stumps. Beautiful, peaceful day. Oops. Is that a fish on? Yeah. Right on the drop there. I think I was not paying enough attention. Oh, I think he's following. Come on. Oh. Okay, good sign. There's something out there. Get it back out. They're not sticking very well though. There we go. Let's see what we got on here now. Oh. Little rainbow. Beautiful fish. Okay, I get the message. You want to go. All right, well, that's a good sign. It's taken about 10 minutes, but I've found that the fish are not close to the shore. They're a little bit further out, I think. There's a couple of casts I had fish hit or follow on. Glad to turn one of those casts into a fish. Let's see if there's anything more. I just started slowing down the fly, casting further out, letting it sink a bit. That seemed to attract some attention. That last fish took right when the fly hit the water and was actually starting to sink. Alright, haven't had any more hits in the last 10 casts or so, so it's time to start letting that fly sink down a bit deeper. Take the chance that I might hook some stumps or logs out there. But hey, if you're not going to risk hooking the bottom or hooking a snag or hooking the weeds, then you're probably not going to catch many fish. Probably work the shoreline right around this area another 10 casts or so, getting it down a little bit deeper. See if I can get another fish to move. And if not, then I'll move along. But I'm just fishing a leech pattern right now, more like a vampire leech. It's this time of the year, fish are probably not going to be too fussy. They're trying to fatten up before winter comes. I'm assuming the ice will be on this lake in the next couple of weeks anyways. I would expect in a couple of days it's going to start to see ice in the shallows and stuff like that, considering it's snowing right now. Just let it sink down for a 10 count. And the water is so clear and calm that when your fly lands out there, fish from probably a 50-foot radius all around can hear it, and they might not see it, but they can sense it. Especially when I'm using a tungsten bead, that plop as it falls and starts to descend. If there's a fish within 50 feet, it's going to be curious and come over and look. It may not take it. So you're pretty confident that if you're not pulling a fish right away in these type of conditions, then they're not interested or not there. Now I'm wading out a little bit further, a little bit more aggressively, because I've already kind of found that I wasn't picking up anything near the shore. Any interest I was getting was probably another 100 feet out from where I am. Or, well, 75 feet out. Nothing behind me, good, clear back cast, let's get a fly out there. Saw another fish jump out there. about 1,000 feet away from me. Maybe I can entice him to come a little bit closer. Yeah, right. Do, do, do. Oop, oop. There we go. And off he came. Oh, sad. That makes me sad. He hit probably 3/4 of the way through the retrieve. He hit once, then he came back after it again. Unfortunately, I dropped him at the end. Let's see if there's more where that came from too. Well, there is more. Slightly better fish. Another nice rainbow. Okay. Let go. Let go, my ego. Come on. Give me my fly back. A few snapshots for the family back home. All right. See if there's more. There's, as you're fishing banks on still water, strong advantage to move around a little bit. Usually the first few casts in a spot will produce, or I'll tell you quickly if there's a fish there. Now, unlike a river, these fish will move around more and they'll be patrolling the banks a little bit. So they probably have a fairly large range, at least cutthroat trout and rainbow do. Browns behave a little bit differently, but cutthroats and rainbows patrol a little bit more and have a bigger territory, so to speak. May move in pods. So sometimes it does benefit you just to stay in place. Pardon me, I'm just going to adjust this. Sometimes it does benefit you to stay in place and not move too much, so you won't disrupt the waters as much that way. However, sometimes you can just wait for the fish to come to you, but sometimes you have to meet them halfway. Do a little bit of waiting, move around. Don't just sit yourself in one spot the whole time. Cover some fresh water. So, move a little bit to catch a fish. Definitely one of the best rules is to keep moving if you're not finding anything. Oh, a little bit better one. Nice, beautiful looking cutthroat, I think. Oh yeah, beautiful cutthroat. Oops, there we go. Lovely fish. Oh yeah, and I have to take a picture of that one, sorry. Such a beauty. It definitely pays to wander a little bit. Let's see if there's another one out here. Trouble is I can't wander too far because I'll be out of the range of the camera. New spot, new fish. Good stuff. Rambunctious. Oh. Not quite ready. In the net. Here we go. Beautiful rainbow. Good. 35 centimeters. All right. Oh, beautiful fish. Let's get back out there, see if we find another. Now I've just moved down about 200 feet from where I was before, maybe 250, just to cover some fresh water. And it paid off again. Each move seems to produce more fish. It's always important to keep in mind when you're bank fishing. And that's what I'll just keep doing here, is I'll just keep moving along, covering fresh water. Every now and then I'll go back and fish where I've fished before too, though. Because the fish will move back around. They're on a patrol. Get out there. Move along a little bit. Because with all of these fallen trees in the water and stumps, it's great for the fish, but it's hard on the flies. You lose more than a few. Well, a few anyways. Maybe not more than a few. What's a few anyways, eh? Whoop, 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 whoop. There's one right there. Come on back. Come on. Ooh, come on back. I'll get back to you here, fish. Come on. Again, another move. Just even if it's just 20 feet, fresh fish. Let's just see if I can convert that hitter into a fish in the net. Or at least one I fight for a little while and have more fun with. Although the hit's really the big thing, isn't it? The tug is the drug. Oh, here he is. Oh boy. Did he come and slash that right under the surface. That was beautiful. I tell you, he bolted from 10 feet away, just whoosh. Took it just as I was watching my fly into the water. Nice, colorful cutthroat. Come on. Aggressive fish. No doubt, fish in cold water get very aggressive. Whoa! Oh, such color. Love it when those cutthroat get that browny golden hue to them. Thank you, fish. All right. And I am going to take a picture of this one, so I may fade out for a shot here and then zoom back in again. So bear with me. But there's nothing like fishing in the winter when the water and the air temperatures are getting very cold before the fish have gotten into a very lethargic state. Oop, oop. That fish took on the drop as the fly was just sinking and literally was pulling the line out of my fingers. He wanted that fly. And he looks like a bit better fish. Yeah, that fish wanted that fly. He was just stripping the line out of my fingers. And I can see why. He's a good fish. Let's see if I can get him in here. He's probably closer to 18 inches maybe. Not quite 50 centimeters, but oh, still a nice wild fish. Around the log. I don't know how good of a hook set I got on him, because he kind of caught me off guard by stealing the fly before I was even started stripping anything, but taking my chances. Come on, buddy. Get you in here. Almost. Wow. Lots of spunk. There we go. Come on. Keep that rod angle low. Keep him away from the wood. Try not to spook him too much. As his head comes up, lay the net under him. We're really close here. Caught right in the scissors. Beautiful fish. That's a nice cutty. Yeah, that's almost 20 inches. 19. He's about, based on my net dimensions, he's about 48 centimeters or so, which is a good fish. And I gotta take a beautiful picture of him because he's just too nice.